Hello, ARC family. Welcome to the ARC journey. Some of the consistent words that I'm hearing on the news and in the broadcasts are unprecedented times, work closures, stay at home, uncharted territories, off the map. All of these things have in common of creating this sense of fear and apprehension that we are going into someplace and doing something that we have never done before. And in some sense, there is some truth to that, in that we have never experienced this, but this is not totally uncharted. This is not totally out of the blue. Did not catch God off guard, and I was reminded and taken to Psalm 34 that I want to read to you tonight. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto him and were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all of his troubles. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about those who fear him and delivereth them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusteth in him. O fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no lack to them that fear him. We have a hope. That hope is in Jesus Christ. And this reminds me of several things that I want to draw to your attention tonight. One is that I know that you are busier than ever. This is such a steep learning curve, taking us into areas that we would not have necessarily gone. But we have got to be creative in such a big way and in such a short time period, and it is taking a lot of time and energy to do that. I want you to know that we are praying. I am praying for you, that we are praying for you every day. And before I set my heart to anything, I am on my knees and taking you in front of God. And I just want you to know that my prayer is that you will shine, that we will be able to rise up to the challenge that we are facing, that this, in our time, we would be able to shine and step up to be the pastors and leaders that God has called us to be. Busier than ever, and I get it. I think the second thing that God is teaching us is that we can do this. The stories that are coming out, and I mean not just we, but we, us together, and through the power of the Holy Spirit, we can do this. God's got this. Some of the stories coming back is the story from John DeVincent that they started to do this, and news, the Uniontown station, TV station, picked them up. They're now on the web page, and they have time on their and they have time on the TV. Wes Lewis is using this as a time to call the people back to the creation of a family altar, that worship happens in the home. This is the primary place that worship happens. And this is reminding us that we come together and that we worship as a family at home first. And so in that way, he is trying to add on to their 700 views on Sunday, trying to add on to that conversation times, daily emails to his people, and then calling the youth leaders forward so that they might do something throughout the week and do a video for their kids, that they would stay connected. Hearing from George and Marcy that they're creating a food pantry. This has created an opportunity for all the churches to come together. And in doing that, they're creating a food pantry to help reach out to the needs in the community for those who are in between paychecks and need. And we hear from Doug and Ed at Indian Head that they had over 1,000 views on Sunday. This is remarkable, people. Do you realize That 1,000 views means that this is witnessed by more than 2 people per view. So this is close to 2,000 people that Pastor Doug and Ed ministered to on Sunday morning through the Indian Head Church. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing what God is doing. Mitch, in their opportunity down in McMecken, they are continuing to do their backpacks and looking for ways to expand that. They can get meals to families that are in need. Dean, not wanting their resources to run dry, has done the research for us and has implemented PayPal on their website. So I told you that we would talk about this week. Dean Hay has done the research and has checked out a bunch of different platforms to be able to provide giving through their website. So electronic giving in your congregation. And we're recommending through his research that PayPal is probably the best way to go. It not only provides some of the best returns, but it has great step-by-step instructions right on their webpage of how to implement this. They create a button. Once you create the button and you set up the account, that button then can be embedded into your webpage, and that takes them directly from clicking your webpage directly to PayPal's page, so that it is all secure. It is all the transaction happens through PayPal. You don't have to worry about any of that happening on your end, or any of the security of people's numbers and digits and all that kind of stuff. It all happens through PayPal and their secure server. You're able to create categories so people can give according to what category they want to give to, so that you can continue to be a conduit of God's blessing through this transition. Families that need food, families that need to help with electricity or gas or heat or whatever it is. You can continue to be that kind of a resource for them. How do people in your community, how can they connect with the ministries that you are doing and the ways that you are serving? This is what this provides. Dean Hay is willing to be able to help you if you are interested in doing this. He can help walk you through once you start the process. He can talk you through it, and just give him a call. It's wonderful to have these kind of resources and make them available to you. Thank you, Dean, for doing that. There are going to be stories coming back. I cannot wait to see the silver linings, but this is not necessarily new. And that's what hit me when Dean posted this. Dean Hay posted this on his community Facebook page. Martin Luther, some of you may know this story already. Some of you may know this quote already. This was new to me. I heard it for the first time this morning, and I said, oh my goodness. And Wittenberg, the church was leaving the community of Wittenberg because the plague had broken out. And so the church said, save all the pastors, get them out. And they closed their college, they closed their seminary, and they asked the people to walk away. And Martin Luther refused. And this is what he wrote. I shall ask God mercifully to protect us. Then I shall fumigate, help purify the air, administer medicine, and take it myself. I shall avoid places and persons where my presence is not needed, in order not to become contaminated, and thus perchance inflict and pollute others, and so cause their death as a result of my negligence. If God should wish to take me, he will surely find me, and I have done what he has expected of me, and so I am not responsible for either my own death or the death of others. If my neighbor needs me, however, I shall not avoid place or person, but will go freely as stated above. See, this is such a God-fearing faith, because it is neither brash nor foolhardy, and does not tempt God. I think that this is our test. This is our time. This is your moment and your opportunity. And I am praying that you will shine as we reach out and share the faith and hope that is solely found in Jesus Christ. It is our time to shine. So shine.